Hello, how are ya? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today we are on lesson 74, the Course in Miracles. There is no will but God's. The idea for today can be regarded as the central thought toward which all our exercise are directed. God's is the only will. When you have recognized this, you have recognized that your will is His. The belief that conflict is possible has gone. Peace has replaced the strange idea that you are torn by conflicting goals. As an expression of the will of God, you have no goal but His. There is great peace in today's idea, and the exercises for today are directed towards finding it. The idea itself is wholly true. Therefore, it cannot give rise to illusions. Without illusions, conflict is possible. Let us try to recognize this today and experience the peace this recognition brings. Begin the longer practice periods by repeating these thoughts several times slowly and with firm determination to understand what they mean and to hold them in mind. Here we go. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Let's say it again. There is no will but God's. I cannot be in conflict. Then spend several minutes in adding some related thoughts, such as, I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for His Son. During this introductory phase, be sure to deal quickly with any conflict thoughts that may cross your mind. Tell yourself immediately, there is no will but God's. These conflict thoughts are meaningless. Throughout the day, these vengeance thoughts, right? It's like an act of vengeance. It's you just almost torturing yourself when you engage and entertain with any thought that conflicts with the will of God. You don't even have to study this text to truly understand. Like, you can feel when an unloving thought creeps up, and it's absolutely in conflict with what we are here to set out to do, what God's will is for us, what is His plan for us. And that is to eradicate all thoughts of conflict. They have no value. They do not make any sort of positive contribution. I mean, we've grown up thinking that, no, you're allowed to have, an opinion about things, and it may not be always so airy-fairy and rainbows and unicorns. But at the end of the day, any thought or opinion that isn't remotely in the zip code of love, light, peace, compassion, harmony, contentment, doesn't have any value. And that is probably the hardest thing to come to terms with, because then you realize as you go about your day how much of your dialogue, your conversations with others is shrouded in conflict or negative chit chat, not speaking of support or positivity. Or so that's you're probably thinking, my God, my whole social life is going to change, because I know mine did significantly. A lot of my relationships were shrouded in the idea of like gossiping or mutual enemies or, mutual grievances, I should say. And it's like we're addicted. We do get addicted to the conflict, to the gossip. And yeah, unfortunately, a lot of our relationships, our connections are based around all of that, and none of it has any value. None of it. If there is one conflict area that seems particularly difficult to resolve, single it out for special consideration. Think about it briefly, but very specifically. Identify the particular person or persons and the situation or situations involved, and tell yourself, there is no will but God's. I share it with Him. My conflicts about so-and-so cannot be real. The good thing about these conflicts or issues that do come about is when you're really in it and not on the periphery gossiping about it, but when it's about you and another, when you're in it, it really feels quite uncomfortable, disgusting, like all those horrible, horrible feelings. It's just not good. So the good thing is when you are in it, like you're in the jar and everybody's kind of looking about you, you must know that it's not real. The conflict is not real. Again, it's like two egos, two foggy, dark clouds of mist around myself, around the other individual, and it's the foggy, smoggy mist that are having the conflict. But the two beams of light behind it are not. They're not. So, again, the foggy, icky, mucky, holographic substance that's shrouding your light and their light, it's just it can just poof go. And it does take at least one person to say, you know what, this isn't even real. And just because somebody has a conflicting view or an opinion about you that's not that great, it doesn't have any value. Even if it's your own parents or your romantic partner or your child, arguing and spewing some not great things at you. We can really take that to heart. It can be extremely hurtful because it's coming from somebody we love. But, that person that we love, who loves us, are not doing such loving things in that moment. And that's okay, but that's not, the beam of light is not the one doing the arguing. The beam of light is not the one doing the spewing. It's the fear that's doing all of that projecting. It's guilt. It could be trauma. It could be some trigger. But it's just the mist. It's just the smoggy mist that's doing the arguing. Not who you truly are, which is God's Son. And God's will, His plan, is for us to redirect our focus to the beams of light. The one within yourself and the one to the other person that you're doing the arguing with. After you have cleared your mind in this way, close your eyes and try to experience the peace to which your reality entitles you. Sink into it and feel it closing around you. There may be some temptation to mistake these attempts for withdrawal, but the difference is easily detected. If you are succeeding, you will feel a deep sense of joy and an increased alertness rather than a feeling of drowsiness and enervation. Joy characterizes peace. By this experience will you recognize that you have reached it. If you feel yourself slipping off into withdrawal, quickly repeat the idea for today and try again. Do this as often as necessary. There is definite gain in refusing to allow retreat into withdrawal, even if you do not experience the peace you seek. In the shorter periods, which should be undertaken at regular and predetermined intervals today, say to yourself, there is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. Boy, if you can, try and remember those words as often as you can throughout the day. It will definitely be so much easier to not withdraw from this idea and to kind of start to sink into the peace that God is. I am the peace in God, and God is the peace in me. I seek his peace today. Then try to find what you are seeking. A minute or two every half an hour with eyes closed if possible would be well spent on this today. So some of the words that can kind of get you through this day, I really became very almost like a devout learner of this material because I really wanted to get it. And not get it for the A and to be a star pupil, because I'm doing this on my own. I don't feel alone in doing this because I feel spirit around me. I feel the angelic presence. I feel God's love holding my hand through this entire book, through this entire process, because if anybody knows how difficult it is to remove the layers of gunk that has blocked us from our inherent light, we are living stars, and we've had the audacity to completely shroud that light, just to dim it with stuff. And a lot of it we didn't even realize we were dimming it because we were so young when we started taking on other people's shit, their gunk. So what I did was, I would try to memorize and recite in my mind throughout the day, and sometimes I was successful, and other times I'd screen shoot some stuff. And when I could remember, I would go back in my gallery and just, if I was in my car, parked, of course, I would recite the words. And I love these words because it just brings me such peace, and I'm hoping they bring you peace at today, tomorrow, for the years to come, someday, one day. I am at peace. Nothing can disturb me. My will is God's. My will and God's are one. God wills peace for his Son. There is no will but God's. These conflicting thoughts are meaningless. And again, there's no will but God's. I share it with him. My conflicts about cannot be real. There is no will but God's. I seek his peace today. I seek his peace today. There you go, lesson 74. I love 74. That's my birth year. And in numerology, it's an 11. And 11 is a very good number. It's a master number, and I was born on the 11th too. So, hey, there's no will but God's. God bless. I love you.